It's always look. I eat beats, watch me dining, shine. I illuminate the road that I'm in. Timing, low-key ain't more crucial than alignment. That's why the flow is intertwined with both and I'm defiling every beat I'm on, even though I know it's wrong to treat rappers like a napkin after I pissed on commodes. Then I wipe what's on the toilet, can't decipher if you know. Then my life is tied to giving hoodlums life despite the hoes. If that's nice to fix the bone and give them pipe out of. Welcome to Embodied Spirituality. My name is Ashante Marie. Bum, 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 bum. We're going live today for our Chakra Checkup for Gemini season. And I don't know, I'm excited. I'm sorry I'm running a little late today, which is actually surprising because I felt like I was getting a lot of stuff done in order and on time, right? Ooh, every bar is worth a kilo. Ooh, every bar is worth a kilo. Ooh. All right. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I do need to ground myself. Let's just vibe out a little bit, I think, for a little bit. I'm going to light my candle, light some sage. It's hard to sleep on me like a twin bed. That's what Slim said. Hey. Okay. Ooh, spirit. Sovereignty, obviously, I'm an anomaly. Everybody's got reality. We don't ride the way we created. That's how we made it to Beyonce's place. But now I gotta give it up in spaces. I'm about to be on a first name basis with Beyonce, 222. She about to be on the first name basis with Ashante. Okay. All right. Shout out to my friend Melly who gave me the sage stick probably a couple of months ago. It smells so good. I don't know what this leaf is that's wrapped around it, but it adds like a sweetness to it. And it's my first time burning it. So thanks to my friend Melly. She's a great esthetician. If you're ever in the Bay Area and need somebody to wax you, let me know. Drop it down in the comments and I'll link her info. Okay. Good. We're gonna pray in a second. Let's see, what decks do I have for y'all? All right. Thought I'd try something a little different today. Yeah. I'm going to bless the decks. I think I'm doing the same. Oh, no, I'm not doing the same as last week. Still rocking with my Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. Okay. This week I have my Afro-Brazilian tarot deck. The back looks like this. I swore I brought it over here. Oh, yeah. The Afro-Brazilian tarot. It's by Alice Santana. Oh, no. Yeah. Alice Santana, and the artwork is by Giuseppe Palumbo. It's a beautiful deck. I like it. So, downloads. What do we have for this week? Oh, prayer first, then downloads. Grounding, prayer, downloads, all the things. Okay. Gosh. Whew. I needed it. Oh, I needed it. Needed it. Oh my gosh. Instant. It really is. It really is. If I didn't make it, I'd buy it. Okay? If I didn't make it, I'd buy it. For real. Instant. It's crazy. It makes me want to cry. It's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so this week, just so you guys know, if you guys haven't seen my Instagram or know really too much about me, I am Ashante Marie. Again, this is Embodied Spirituality. I do have a spiritual shop. It's called Obsidian Lace. And in that spiritual shop right now, I am selling some Reiki and crystal infused sage sprays. Okay. This one is Connect. That was the second one I sprayed myself with. This is to help connect you to the guides, your ancestors, your angels, helping you ground yourself and just create that connection so that we can get maybe a little bit deeper into our readings, a little bit deeper into the meditations, into what we need to bring forth in order for our manifestations. So there's that. And then my other one is work-life balance. It's one of the most popular ones, obviously because everybody needs it. But I like giving myself a little bit of a sage bath. It really is a lot more calming than, I don't know, than one would think. Honestly, that was beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for bringing me here. Let's start with this prayer. Ancestors, guides, and angels, for the good and good of all involved, higher self and source, thank you. They said you forgot to plug everything. If you need to find these sprays, you can check it out at embodiedspirituality.net on my website, embodiedspirituality.net. You can also just look them up and follow me and my journey at Embodied Spirituality on Instagram. So check me out. Anyways, back to Spirit. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me here. Thank you for this reading. Thank you for another day on this earth. Thank you for this breath. It is not guaranteed to everybody, so I am grateful for mine. And I'm grateful for everybody who is here, who's tuned in, who is going to tune in. Thank you for all my supporters, to my family, to my loved ones, to my friends, all of that good stuff. I pray that today that we get a good reading for this Gemini season, part 3, reading for our solar, our sacral, our heart chakra, and our throat chakra for the season. What else? I just pray that you continue to move me in the right way as you have been thus far. I pray that these messages come out clear and as concise as possible, and that whatever resonates sticks, and that whatever doesn't releases itself. I pray that this is encouraging. I pray that this encourages self-love, self-determination, everything that we need, self-accountability, everything that we need in order to move forward and do your will. I ask this in the divine's name, root to root, heart to heart, crown to crown. I give thanks. Ashe, amen, aho. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let me adjust some things in the background. There weren't as many downloads as last week. I wouldn't say that. I would just say, there was just maybe a little bit less. It's a little bit simpler this week. But there's a lot of extra energy going on too. So first off, excuse me. We're in Gemini season, and this Gemini card is the Lover's card in the tarot deck, which represents duality, love, obviously. So I wanted to focus on the duality part. It's, the masculine and the feminine, the hard and the soft, no pun intended. The weak and the strong, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm like, ooh. It's just because I need to do this better. Whatever. Hashtag I'm awesome. Hashtag getting better and better every day. Okay. Okay, so the main thing that came out for me was we are more similar than you know, right? This is really speaking to the fact that there's a lot of racial tensions. There's a lot of division or highlighting. It's good to honor people's differences, but not in a way that it creates tension between the people who are different than each other. And driving around, I was really getting this impression, coming across people who are different than me, or people that would normally arise a sort of like distaste maybe in my mouth. I really started to pull back off of that and really just honor the love energy, really just sending positive and love energy to them, to myself, and really just holding the fact that no matter how they're coming at me, I want to make sure that I am holding the vibration of we are more similar than you know, right? We are more similar than you know. We all are humans on this earth. We have family, hopefully, right? We have people who have celebrations, people who get sick. We have similar traumas. We have similar addictions. We have similar hobbies. We listen to a lot of the same music. Or at least some of our music overlaps, and that's a level of communication. So that means that there's a link of unity between the two. I have to sneeze. Whew. And it's good to honor that, and it's good to hold that vibration instead of always thinking about like we're different than each other. I really do have to sneeze. It's just not all the way ready. Whew. And sorry if my lighting may go in and out. I really didn't prep for that. We're just doing natural light today. So, yeah. So, yes, honoring the dualities, making sure to follow your heart, right? And following your heart, sometimes it is spreading the love. I think a lot of times we hold back on sharing the love that we have in our hearts. Because we're so nervous. Ooh, that comes up, the other stuff. Things from last week. Last week we were talking about how, I'm sorry, y'all. Last week we were talking about, being vulnerable with a loved one, saying that, I need, or expressing to them that you need more time with them, more quality time with them, in order to sustain the relationship that you guys have already built thus far. But maybe things have shifted. You guys have that's what it is. That's why. You guys have shifted into different arenas in your life, and sometimes stop making time for each other. And it's hard to express that, saying like, oh, I really need to spend time with you. Having that vulnerable moment is a strong suit. We always are like kind of tight in the chest, like protecting our heart. But my one of my teachers used to say something like, open heart warriors back. And it's okay to have an open heart, but also have a warrior's back. So if there's some shit that comes in, that's not meant to be there, or that is harming in any way, know that you have a warrior's back, and that you're strong, and that you're not some like feeble person that is going to get destroyed by anything negative coming towards this space. Another energy that was coming up a lot this week was grief, especially in these last couple of days. I'm really feeling it in the heart chakra. So we're going to see what comes up for that. I think that there's some healing that needs to be done, some grieving that needs to be done. Some people may be avoiding some healing, of the grief. Some people may be avoiding Mercury retrograde, may be avoiding I feel I'm sorry, I'm so ungrounded. It's not that I'm ungrounded. I just feel like I have split energy because I feel grounded. I just feel like there's so many things on my mind and there's so many things that I want to say and it's just like not coming out fast enough. That's what it is. It's like, ooh, hurry up and get it out. Okay. Let me just read some of this stuff off. Right. Right. Grieving. You may feel a little bit asthmatic due to it. You may feel some tightness in your chest. Definitely shake it out. I definitely encourage a lot of water drinking right now. A lot of water drinking. Maybe doing a water challenge with you, friends and loved ones, saying like, oh, let's match each other. Let's, every time that we empty a bottle of something that we're drinking, that's water, obviously. Let's send each other a picture or like send each other our milestones throughout the day. I don't know. Drink some more water. Make it a competition if you want to, but drink some more water. That's going to help loosen up a little bit of this grief. Also, allow yourself some alone time so that you can sit in this grief. I think a lot of people are avoiding it, maybe getting too busy with a lot of the things that's going on. The world is opening back up. So I think it's important to make sure that you're taking the time with yourself to do the work that you still need to do internally in order to be the best version of yourself. Okay. There's coming back to this other like duality energy and getting to a consensus with each other. There's a that integrating these two sides, right, of yourself is super important. And maybe people don't understand what I mean when it's like, oh, I have two sides to me. But one of the examples that I had was like a couple of years ago, I really held the mindset of like, I really don't like liars. Like, I am not a liar. Like, I don't lie. Like, I really just held that vibrant. I don't lie. But I also knew that like there's no absolutes in life, right? You do lie, right? And then first I was just like, oh, I just have white lies. So I actually took a couple of months. And paid attention to all the things that I was saying to see like, did I lie here? Did I lie here? I got really was this just a white lie or is it for convenience? And then sometimes I realized like it's important to lie sometimes. And also, even watching watching something else, they reiterated the fact that like, if you hate liars, you hate imagination, you hate creativity, you hate abstract, right? Or interpretations, right? Reenactions. So once I found out that like, oh, maybe I actually lie more than I think. And then I was really mad at myself because I was like, I don't like liars and I don't like that part of me that lies unnecessarily, right? Which I still try to mitigate that. Like I really try not to lie for no dumb reason, right? But if it's like in order to save myself in a real way, not like save myself from somebody being mad at me over something, like that's something else. But all I can think of as an example is like, getting pulled over by the cops. And say that you only had a half a glass of wine or a glass of wine, like, and they ask you, did you have anything to drink tonight? you for sure gonna be like, most people are like, nah, bro, because that's just, you're supposed to say that. Like, that's what's been ingrained. That's what we've learned. That's what we've watched on TV. Like, just say no. Right? But it's like, why do I have to lie? Because you never know which cop you're gonna get. You never know. You could be that one where it's like, okay, I'm gonna tell him the truth and say that I had a half a glass of wine 4 hours ago. You may get that one cop that just be like, well, let me breathalyze you. And hopefully that's the truth, but you don't want to have to even go through that, because that's another level of trauma on top of being pulled over in the first place. Okay. So, really, it could be anything. That's like one example of integrating the two sides of yourself. Another quick example that I had for integrating the two sides of yourself, I think our date is open, is like a judgment that I had, rash judgment that I had. I think I saw somebody like walking down the street, and they had on a tight dress or tight clothes. I literally don't even remember. But I remember having a reaction to them, right? Maya Angelou said, you may not remember what people do or say, but you'll remember how they make you feel, right? But I was like, like, not it was just like, she doing too much, like out here, like wearing those clothes. Girl, and then I was like, I had to take a moment. I was just like, why did I even think, like, why did I even have that? Why did I even say that? Because honestly, when I do sit down with myself, and then see, that's something that happened. Okay, anyways, when I do sit down with myself, I'm like, first of all, I actually love, like, and appreciate people expressing themselves, and I like tight clothing. I personally like to wear tight clothing, especially now that I lost some weight, girl. You know, I'd be like, what? I'm gonna put it on, and what? I like to be low key, like, you know, I like to show off sometimes, not too much, but even if I did, so what, right? So I was like, why did I have this judgment of this woman when I like wearing clothes like that? And I was like, one, because society told me that I'm supposed to be judging people that look like her. So extend yourself an olive branch, be in a place of forgiving. Also, with this new opening up energy, there's going to be a lot of forgiveness that you may even have to give yourself, some boundaries that you're going to have to draw with people coming into your life or back into your life, especially in this retrograde season. Boundaries. Oh, that's my train of thought. Just making sure that you protect yourself, going out. Yeah. Oh no, lost my train of thought. So let's see. Is there anything else on here? Eliminating unnecessary. Yeah. Coming to a space of forgiveness with yourself. Oh, yeah. So being outside, you may make choices here and there that you may have not, because, you know, sometimes when you get let out, you start going a little wild, because it's like, oh my gosh, I've been contained for so long. So now that things are kind of calming down with COVID season a little bit and people are going outside because vaccinations are happening, make sure to, one, take care of yourself, two, protect yourself, three, forgive yourself for some things that may happen, right? And draw boundaries within yourself after that. And this is the deep heart to heart work. One thing that I wanted to mention about these dualities, if you're looking for love, trying to bring love into your life, the other thing you have to know is if you're ready to have those deep conversations, having, like, it's all fun and good when it's all fun and good, right? But are you ready to do the hard work? Like, there's going to be places where you're not going to agree with somebody else, like fundamentally. And that may be something that you have to figure out for yourself. Is that a deal breaker or not? Right? Or is there a consensus that you guys can come to? Maybe you guys just view money differently. Maybe you guys interpret your spiritualities differently, and trying to figure out how you're going to raise kids, or where to live. Maybe one person is like, I want to live all around the world, and the other person's like, I want to stay in one place for like a really long time, like forever, right? Really integrating the two sides of yourself first in order for you to be able to also practice integrating the two sides or the multiple sides of people and loved ones that you want to bring into your life. Also, when casting judgment, I don't know, maybe you don't use the word hate. Sometimes, on occasion, I would use the word hate, and sometimes during certain seasons, the word hate would come up a lot more. Or maybe we're talking about a lot of hate on TV, so it feels like I need to use the word hate. I don't know. Whatever the case is, I really had to change the acronym hate, like change hate into an acronym for me. Instead of being like, I hate things, because it's not right to hate things, right? But sometimes it's like, what is that energy? And it's like, I have anger towards this energy, whatever this energy is, and fill in that energetic blank. So I have anger towards this energy of liars who lie unnecessarily. I have anger towards people who litter. I have anger towards people who litter. Anyways, don't litter, guys. Put it in the trash. Find a trash bag. Okay. Establishing a better understanding, a deeper and better understanding. That's what these heart-to-heart communications are going to do. You're going to establish a deeper and a better understanding of life. Thank you for the like. Establishing, and then growing in love. Once you're able to have those communications, you're able to deepen the level of love. So this is a message not only for you to take for yourself to you, this is a message for you to take into your life when it comes to any of your partners, relationships of any sort, spouses of any sort, mothers, friends, bosses, co-workers, companions, right? But also strangers, and also the people who you wouldn't normally bond with. Like, look for those moments of being able to change somebody's opinion about somebody who looks like you, and them changing, or you changing your opinion about people who look like them, right? We all have to do the work together. We all are living in this world together. And it's better, we move mountains together. Okay? All right. I think it's time for the actual reading. Wait, no. Is there a little bit more? There's a little bit more. I'm sorry. But this is a lot less than last week. So I think we're winning. And y'all tell me if y'all like these downloads or not. I already talked about boundaries. Oh, something else that is coming up is maybe being in sticky situations. There's a lot of sticky energy this week. Some cards sticking together, pages sticking together, maybe contracts sticking together. You may want to look into that. Maybe you're missing a receipt or looking for something that's maybe stuck to something else. Also, you may be in some sticky situations, so making sure to look out for those so that you can navigate them the best way possible. It's also an opportunity to learn how to handle yourself in those situations. But once you release yourself from that, make sure to keep a watch out for anything that may be coming up right behind it. Okay, so you may overcome like one obstacle but make sure you're keeping a lookout for something that may be coming up right behind it, or make sure that you're not too dazed or tired from the first situation to almost be blinded by the second one. You know, you didn't see it coming because you were still recovering from the first one. Just be mindful of things like that. I know it was ambiguous, but if it resonates, you'll feel me. Again, everything is opening back up. Doesn't mean people have all become better human beings. So there's still people out there that you need to be wary of. What's that word? Y'all know what I mean. Stay away from, right? Protect your space, protect your energy. If somebody becomes enamored with you really quick, watch out. Don't do it. Or just keep that line of boundaries drawn. Okay. There's a lot of hot and heavy energy because things are opening back up. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was the astrological link for the lovers. So the lovers, again, is the dual card, the one for love and relationships. But the astrological link is the devil card, right? And if you ever see that card, if it comes up today, we'll see. It wouldn't be the same in this deck, actually. When you see the devil card, though, it's traditional tarot. It is a reiteration of the Lover's card. So you'll see a masculine and a feminine again, but this time they're chained versus like standing in the middle of the divine, bringing them together. They're standing in the middle of instant gratification. The devil is instant gratification, bringing them together. It's also addictions. It's also temptations, but it's the instant gratification. So definitely watch out for that. Okay. Because we are in the Lovers season and it is Mercury retrograde and the Lovers is ruled by Mercury. So, okay. Last thing is there's a sacrifice for a blessing. That was the energy that was coming up when I was talking with a cousin the other day. And as I've been thinking about over these last couple of days, because my rites of passage that I went on a couple of years ago has been coming up. And that's something that I really saw in terms of like, there's an exchange. Like you're going in there to gain something, gain a vision, gain a deeper understanding of purpose, gain something. In the process of gaining something, there's an exchange that needs to happen. So it's usually in the form of a sacrifice. So I'm really feeling like the Tower energy come up a lot. And that is like destruction, right? And that can just be the destruction or the breaking down or the shedding of the old self in order to step into this new self, in order to step into this new manifestation, in order to get this new blessing, right? It's like you want to be a millionaire, but you don't want to wake up or learn about budgeting. There's a sacrifice that you're going to have to make, my friend. Like, you don't always have to wake up early, but you do need to have a lot of hours in the day. It makes you a little bit more productive, though, if you wake up early, but you may be a night owl. You maximizing the hours that you're awake, maximizing the utilization of the hours while you're awake. So it depends on what you want. And be willing to sacrifice it. Okay, we gotta pull cards. We'll see what else will come up later. So again, for this chakra, this Gemini season, We're focusing on the sacral because those that really harnesses that dual energy. You see, that's the Tower card in this deck. The dual energy, the masculine and the feminine. It talks about the integration a little bit there. Then you have the solar plexus, which is in the belly. We're reading for that because the Lovers card also represents decisions. And you make decisions through your mind, but really through your gut, right? Gut instinct. All right. And then we're doing the heart chakra because it's love, okay? And then we're doing the throat chakra because the Lovers card also deals with communication, right? That is the part of integrating the two sides is communication. So we're doing the throat chakra. All right, so for sacral chakra, what do we have today, Spirit? For the sacral chakra, what do we have? Anything else? For the sacral chakra? That's way too many. But I'm going to keep it out here. That's enough. That was a lot. Okay. I like it though. Okay, solar plexus, please. Solar plexus. What y'all been up to this week? Solar plexus. Any cards for the solar plexus for this week? I forgot to say the dates. This goes from today, June 6th to the 13th. Okay. Heart chakra. Be a lover. Heart chakra. Heart chakra. Anything from spirit for the heart chakra? Yes. Okay. And last, the throat chakra. Okay. Throat chakra. Is that it? There we go. Subconscious. Subconscious. On the surface. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. And overall. Overall. Come on, guys. Come on. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Y'all winners. Okay. Let's do for an order 2 purpose. Let's see. Willing, open, willing, ready. All for an order, please. Subconscious. Nothing? There we go. And surface. We got that last week. Oh, okay. I'll pull. No, I'll just put them over there. I'll take those and call it a day. All right, all the cards are pulled. All the cards are pulled. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Aye, aye, Captain. I can hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. So who watched SpongeBob, bruh? Like, I literally was not a SpongeBob fan. I don't know. Pineapple energy, maybe? SpongeBob SquarePants. Washing things? It was a sponge, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't know what SpongeBob SquarePants means for anybody. I really wasn't a fan too much. I've watched episodes, but I wasn't a fan. Okay, so first up, our sacral chakra located in the womb area. Oh, I did want to do something. Give me a second. We're just chilling, bro. We're just chilling and hanging out and having fun. That's all. That is all. I illuminate the rooms that I'm in. Every bar is worth a QOE. Every bar is worth a QOE. Why should wear those earrings next to me? We'll find some other ones. Okay, I was trying to find something that I wanted to use for today, but I think it's like mixed up in my stuff. I forgot about it. Yeah, okay. No. Okay. Because I can't find it, but it makes me upset that I can't find it. Also, too, I don't know if y'all have been feeling this, but I definitely have been having this like misplacement energy around. Like misplacing things that I just had in my hand because I'm moving too fast. Yeah, I mean, how I came into this reading too, there's a lot of fast moving energy. Maybe everything just feels like it's picking back up and it's just moving a little bit too fast. It's okay to just slow it down, pull it back, and chill. We don't ride the wave, we create it. Okay? So don't go on everybody's wave. Don't create your own. Create your own. Okay, I can't find what this thing that I was looking for. So here we are. So first up for the sacral chakra, we have the Three of Wands. Okay. Determination. You're waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for these businesses and enterprises and things that you started to actually manifest and come into fruition. Maybe you've done a lot of the work in your sacral, doing some healing work with yourself, and now it's time to maybe see it in action. Maybe the sticky energy is really coming in because there's some practice that you are putting in. Now that you have stepped into this new you, boo, now it's time to really show up as who that person, who you are. To show up really is who you are. And that may feel sticky because there's habits that were there before this new you came about. So breaking the habits may feel a little. Let's see. The other things that came up for this, you got the King and the Queen of Swords. A pair, a divine pair for the SACRAL chakra, which is all about the lovers, which is all about the divine pair, right? So there's also like a union here, but one thing that worries me just a little bit is that there's this extra energy. There's a third person coming in. Now, these don't have to be the same sex that is depicted on this card. This could be two males. This could be that are in a relationship, but it talks about a relationship, right? So adopt it to your situation. But whatever it is, there's like this divine pairing that's here. But then there's somebody right behind, because these are how the cards came out. There's somebody else in the picture. Maybe not even trying to distract you from them, but just being another force that happens to be distracting you from them. You may feel a little unbalanced. Maybe you're a little more into your emotions right now. The feminine energy is a little bit higher, or taking control more. This is an emotional season. Again, this could be grief. This could be old pains. Maybe. This was a past relationship. That didn't have a healthy dynamic. I think sometimes we feel like we have a stable foundation with people or situations, more than what actually was there. Sometimes when we established or had established these long-standing relationships with people, there may have been other people in the picture in the very beginning, at the very beginning of this, that was already in y'all situation. So maybe y'all foundation really isn't as strong as it needs as you thought it was. And maybe you have somebody else. Maybe you're exploring. Yeah, I feel like it's a past relationship. I feel like you're exploring it again. And I feel like, yeah, there's clear boundaries that need to be drawn, but I also feel like there's somebody else that's not necessarily happy about it. But I also feel like your guides are guiding you into it or towards it or to explore it, right? Because we also have the Lover's card. We got the Lover's card. This is what this looks like in the deck. Yeah, there's just one too many people up in this. There's just one too many people up in this. So maybe you're waiting. Yeah. You're waiting to see what's going to happen with this, but you're also really uncertain about the situation because of either the past people, how the foundation was laid. You're unsure if this is even the right mate or the right partner for you. Even though there's a link there, there's a union there, there's something that has soulmate attached to it. Oh gosh. I feel like this may be a little bit of a heavy reading, guys. Like, it's a good one, but it's a little heavy. It feels like it's going to be a little heavy. We also have the 9 of Pentacles. So it seems like you're growing in the right direction. You're doing what you need to do. You're really trying to establish these new boundaries with people and resetting a different foundation. But you have to make sure that you're really clear about keeping the extra energy out of the picture. The only extra energy that you really want to have there is that divine angelic energy that usually shows up in the traditional tarot deck. You want it to be based around God. You want it to be based on maybe not you, but based around a good foundation, a good you want it to be blessed by the gods. Okay, you want it to be blessed by the gods, which I feel like it could be. Hey y'all, this reading is gonna trip. This is not about me. Okay. Maybe you're feeling like you're running out of time too. You're running out of time to really explore this or really to see if this is actually gonna work out for you. Or maybe this is just something that you're bringing closure to. That may be something too. This is retrograde season, so sometimes it's just about the closure. So maybe this is closure. Maybe this is like the closure that you always knew that you needed, that you didn't expect it to receive, but now that it's coming around, you may actually get what you need. And it's allowing that love to rest in order for you to attract the one that's really supposed to be your mate, right? Or having the closure on that old foundation in order to create an even better, more stable one, right? But this dissipating energy is about putting something to rest in this chakra. Putting something to rest. Yeah. Because you're ready to build. You're getting ready to build. Any advice for that chakra specifically? Communication. Communication. I think you need to articulate first to yourself what you need, want, and expect from the relationship going forward, if any. And I think you need to practice clearly communicating, even though this is not for the throat chakra. This is what's going to help the sacral chakra, though, is by using the throat chakra, right? Communication, understanding. That's all. Next. Okay. Next, we have the solar plexus chakra. That's in our belly. That will, determination, gut instinct. It looks like excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Clear communication. They said release. Release. You communicating sets firm boundaries, which grounds that root chakra, which grows that sacral chakra. But can y'all hear me all the way in the back? Okay, this solar plexus chakra, though, your willpower, it looks like you're doing great in this department. It seems like you're building and growing. You have the Two of Pentacles, which is all about, juggling the Two of Pentacles to create more. Like, now that you know how to manifest some money, how can we make it better? How can we grow it more? How can we build more off of it, create more businesses, hire more people so they can have a stable foundation? So currency, it's about, really, how can I manifest more? How can I do more? But being thoughtful and mindful in the process, not just like creating to be creating for a reason. Because you can see that he's meditating, right? His eyes are closed. He's not just like, la la la. No, he's like, we about to do something with this. We're about to make it happen. How we doing it? Are we doing it this way? He trying to get the message. What we doing? You also got the Sun card. Sorry. Yeah. Let me just double check. In this deck sometimes. Yeah. You got the Sun card, which is about success. It's about winning. It's about light. It's like the happiest card in the deck. Happiness, joy, laughter. For the solar plexus, it is the sun, the belly. So it seems like you're doing really well. You're about to manifest a lot of things. You also got the Knight of Pentacles. You have incoming money. This is messages about incoming money. And you have this Sun card. I feel like your willpower has picked up this week. I think you feel like you're on a better track than what you once were through these last couple of weeks. This is probably the best solar plexus reading that I've had, or that I've done, for these chakra checkups. The most positive one. And you have a lot of fire burning. Even in the cards, you can see the colors. You have a lot of yellow, reds, kind of orangey colors. And the color for the solar plexus is yellow. But it also, speaking about fire, makes you think about all of those colors, the red, oranges, and the yellow. So I think your solar plexus is doing great. I think continuing to take the time to move mindfully is the message for this chakra. To continue to move mindfully and to give praises where praises is due. There's also some writing that you need to do. Maybe writing down your ideas. It's good to have like these manifestations, but I always think about writing when I see this one because it looks like a big pencil. So really writing down the things that you want to create in order to attract them to you quicker. We also, for the chakra card, we got Quest. And this one speaks about going on a quest. I know we did talk about my rites of passage, which is essentially a quest. But it also speaks to making sure that you are supposed to be on this journey in the first place, and that's the route that you're supposed to go, right? Sometimes it may not be necessary for everybody who wants to achieve this one thing to go through this certain route. You may have a slightly different route than somebody else. So it's about making sure that your quest is for you and not for somebody else. Not everybody's journeys is going to look different or look the same. Sorry, they're supposed to look different. Anything else? Dress to impress. Dress to impress is also another message from this chakra. Draping yourself in things that make you feel luxurious, that make you feel like the prize that you are, the winner that you are. And maybe you don't want to be a prize. Maybe you, I don't know. But definitely, yeah, getting dressed, dressing in your niceties. Yep, I think that was all for that one. Oh, I was like, what is happening? Next, we have the heart chakra. This is like the funniest lot I've had. Excuse me. It's my sister. Yo, Feist. This is Shantae. She left her phone, so yeah. Okay, you can call now. All right, bye. I'm alive. Okay. When you go live, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. Go with the flow. Okay. So we're right at sorry, I think this card, I'm glad we had that little pause. This card also came out. It was one of the first cards I think that came out for that solar plexus too, which also speaks to like, are you really the Two of Wands is also about decisions too. You got two twos. You got a lot of decisions to make. What are you trying to build? What are you trying to manifest into this world? And is this something that you really need to do? Is this journey for you, or is it for somebody else? Or is this the route that you're supposed to take to get to this journey? Just because people say that this is the only way to get here, this is how you're supposed to get here, doesn't mean that that's necessarily the way for you. Just like I said with the man being a millionaire thing, a lot of the thing that you're going to hear the most is like, wake up early, but maybe your hours are different. Maybe you do different type of work than other normal millionaires in the making. Your hours of sleep is going to be different, right? Especially if you do things like this, like spiritual work. Spirit tells you when to go to sleep and when to wake up sometimes. Okay? It's not always about schedule. You can try and regulate as much as you can, but spirit will be like, but doesn't mean that they're wrong. Doesn't mean that the people who are giving you advice are wrong. They're just showing you their way. So it's up to you to make the decision, challenge that for yourself, if you like, and then move from there. But it still looks like you got some good money coming in and that it's working. It's just about the decision making that you got to do. Okay. So for your heart chakra, there we are. For your heart chakra, the first thing we have is the Page of Wands. And to me in this deck, I read this as needing to take time to listen to your ancestors and guides and angels, right? It's about picking up on the information that you can get by listening closely. That deals with grief, healing your, I'm feeling in my chest, healing your grief. It's like right here in the chest, right here. It's been like, it's been dry, like water, girl, water. and paying attention and listening deeply. Then you have the Empress energy. There's something that's being born. There's something that that is coming into fruition, right? You see that she's pregnant, or maybe you can't tell, but usually most Empresses cards, they're pregnant. They have a lot of love to give. They're abundance. They're motherly, very yamaya. Girl, I started to feel girl. Yeah, there's you. With this mother energy, I'm also getting like a maternal healing energy, maybe needing somebody to pray over you, which is different for most people, but maybe you need to ask somebody to pray for you, somebody that you trust is a prayer person. If you don't know anybody, you can for sure. My mom is, I call her, you can call her prayer warrior. She's like, she's the one to have send her prayers up, okay? You want somebody to pray for you? Ask my mama. She gonna have her YouTube soon, y'all. But in the meantime, while she's still getting set up, if you want somebody to send some extra prayers for you, drop your name down below in that comment section. Say, I could use a prayer. Definitely continue to drink a lot of water here. There's a washing energy. Also, think about not only drinking a lot of water, being by water, bathing more, being in water more, right? And then you also have the Tower card. So we talked about this earlier. You're breaking down old cycles or releasing grief in order to make space for love. Releasing grief in order to make space for love, for more love. Because it's not like you don't have love, you do have love. To make space for more love, right? This, I think, is definitely about asking your guides and your angels for help, right? Or loved ones or people that you know got the gift of God in them for some help. But also listening closely to the wise ones too. And maybe their messages are coming up in your dreams. Maybe you're hearing them with overheard chatter, right? Maybe it's coming from the mouth of a child. But making sure to pay attention. Don't just write off the things that are coming to you, the messages that are coming to you. Pay attention to them. See how they feel and resonate in your spirit. See if it's something that is here to help you or harm you, right? And then make your decision from there how you choose to move with that information. You do have some things to let go, though. That's all I can say. I low-key, it doesn't make me want to cry, but it makes me sad. Like my heart is heavy and it makes me sad. That's what I'm picking up on. You need to release. So maybe along with this, yes, definitely. Along along with this energy is needing, like this water energy is needing to cry. I talked about that a little bit last week too, but allowing yourself to cry. And I know that crying is really hard for some people because you want to be tough and you want to be strong and you want to hold it together. And you can do that too. But it's also necessary for all of us to experience the range of human emotions. And crying is a part of that. You know, whether it comes from something good or not. And one thing that helps me stop myself from judging myself about crying is that I know that as much as I cry from a hurt or grief or pain or just the weight of the world, the more I cry, here's how I look at it. I look at it as an even exchange. What were we talking about? Sacrifices, exchanges, right? I feel like when I cry my sad parts out, in return for me doing that work, for that sacrifice of doing the work of letting myself cry, in that, I also get the joy of being able to laugh and cry out of laughter. Crying out of laughter. I think a couple weeks ago I did like cry. Yeah, no, matter of fact, example, teaching my student. I've been working with her for years, right? She is like a student I worked with for 8 years, right? And counting. I'm just getting better from here. And for whatever reason that it was, I like cried in our lesson. Like my feelings was hurt. I was upset. And I was like, bruh, like, and I'm trying not to take it. It makes me want to cry just thinking about it now. I'm like, Jesus, it really does. And I was like, I am not, like, I can't. Like, I was like, please skate away from me. Like, go and do something. Go do a jump. Go do a spin. Go do some edge work. Just go away from me for like a minute and a half. Like, I just need a minute because I need to collect myself, right? Because obviously this is bringing up too much emotion. So, and I need to draw better boundaries. Like, this shouldn't be affecting me like this. I shouldn't be no coach crying on the ice for this stuff. But like, also too, we've developed a really strong, coach and student relationship over the years. So it was just like, oh, this is hurting my feelings. So that was a couple weeks ago. This last week, I had I have 2 lessons with her in a week, and they're back to back. So I worked with her like Tuesday, and whatever we were talking about in the lesson, she had me cracking up. Bro, we were laughing so hard. Tears were jumping from my face because I was laughing so hard, right? Next morning, it was the same thing. It was a different conversation, but whatever it was, we just had the giggles. I was crying of laughter. And that set such a beautiful tone for the rest of my day. So while you're over here trying to worry about not crying out of sadness, just know that the more you get that out, the more that you'll be able to cry off of some good stuff, some laughter, right? That's all I'm going to have to say. Maybe even that's the other message for this week too. Watch something funny. Watch something funny that's going to make you laugh and cry at the same time, because you can get that done too. You can get that done too. That helps. However you get it out, right? But don't judge yourself for if you really do need to cry out of something hurting you, right? Oh, I'm glad I got that out. That made me so sad in the beginning, though. Jesus, my heart was heavy. It made me want to cry. And it's this, allowing yourself to cry because you're trying to be so perfect. Let go of this perfection. Let go of trying to be the strong one. You're strong if you cry. How about that? And that's a definite. You're strong if you cry. You don't need to be crying at everything. You know? But the strong people I know how to cry when it's necessary. Let go of this image that you feel like you have to put on or be. Relax that. Let that go. It's okay to be in your shit. And maybe it's really grief off of something really tough, maybe losing somebody. But what I want you to do is give yourself the space and the opportunity to say, hey, I know I've been avoiding this grief for a little bit, but I want to step into it. Because the only way I'm going to get through it is to get to it, you know? So step in it. Allow yourself some time. Even if it's like, okay, I'm going to give myself about a week and a half to just feel it. To just feel the feels, right? I'm going to try and like lighten my load, not have to do as much as I had to do before, lighten my load a little bit in order to give myself the space and the time necessary, maybe spending more time in bath water, maybe even crying while you're in the bath. But stepping into your grief and give yourself some time to be there. Maybe it's a month, maybe it's a month and a half, or maybe it's like a couple of days out of the week for a whole month, or maybe 3. But grief comes in waves too. Grief comes in waves. And if you over here like bottling every time that it comes through, you're going to burst. It creates illness in your body. It literally, you holding on to that grief causes strokes. People die from grief. But it's not because they have sadness. It's because they didn't allow themselves to go through the sadness too. I hope y'all hear me. I hope y'all hear me in the back. Okay? Let's keep going. So that's the message for that. Cry, drink water, cry. Submerge yourself in water, cry. Like, dance with some water. I don't know. Cry. Charge some water outside. Charge some crystal water. Water your plants. I hope y'all hear me. Okay, that's all. It's just so important this week. Okay, it's important. Right? My heart still is like a little tight. It's a little, but it feels better than it did at the beginning. Okay, enough of that. Hold on. Is that? Yeah. That was that. Okay. Sorry, I was getting my cards confused over here for a hot second. Ooh. I'm sorry. What? Okay. Did I miss? Dude, there's no way. But I felt like I already showed y'all this card, didn't I? Okay. I think this card got mixed up somewhere in here. Okay. Throat chakra. You got the 4 of Pentacles, which can talk about like holding on to money. You see that like there's somebody collecting somebody's coins, right? Holding on to money a little bit too tightly. That probably is also why it's showing up a little bit in the chest, tightness in the chest, because currency and money deal with the heart chakra. Breathe, receive, money. You also have the 9 of Cups, which talks about happiness, being fulfilled emotionally. I think in your throat chakra, you have a gift to offer, but you may be holding it back. You have a gift to offer the world with your voice or your throat or how you communicate. Maybe it's how you communicate, not necessarily like just to communicate. Maybe it's how you communicate. Because when people speak with like a lightness, with a vibrancy, it's attractive, it's magnetic, right? Um, you're happy and you feel successful and you feel fulfilled with how you're using it right now. But I think there's a little bit more that you can give. There's a little bit more that you can offer. This is the 9. It is not the 10 of it's not the 10 of Cups. So it is almost there, but it's not quite full completion. The 9 is also a very independent card. So yeah, you may just be keeping it for yourself, and it's time for you to share it with the world. And share it with somebody. With favor. With favor. I'm just trying to see if there's anything more. Yeah, it just feels a little bit blocked. I think one thing that you can do is practice using your voice in different ways, so more than one way. Something that I like to do to help me balance my throat chakra too is to sing. Maybe you don't feel like you could sing, but sing anyways. Hum anyways. I don't know. That's pretty much it. It brings this like silence energy. Maybe you're really not using your voice right now. Maybe you really are keeping quiet and keeping to yourself and trying to play the safe route. And it's not time for you to do that anymore. That's also what this 4 of Pentacles speaks to. Like, it's not the time to just like play it safe anymore. Not try and just always make sure you're stable. There's a certain amount of risk that has to be taken in order for you to achieve the success that you want to. You can't just always play it safe. So use your voice the way that you know that you should. And maybe you're not sure in some ways. Or maybe there's so many ways that you're thinking of using your voice, you just don't necessarily know, because you do have the confusion card. And it's no. This is confusion from doubt. This is confusion from doubt. This is confusion from doubt. Don't let naysayers, your internal naysayers, stop you from doing what you're meant to do. You need to share your voice. Yeah, all up in your grill. You see that guy? All up in your grill, messing you up, distracting you from what you need to be doing. You over here trying to protect yourself. You're holding yourself because you're like, I'm trying to protect my energy. And then he's over here trying to get you. He got his arms around you on both sides. Look at his arms, all there. And then you see all of this is supposed to be his arms, stopping you, restricting you. This would almost be equivalent to the Eight of Swords in tarot. Right? You have to release yourself from your own self-restriction, from that own negative, naysaying doubt that you got going on. There's something blocking you from using your voice in the way that you know that you need to. This is not new information. You know exactly how you're supposed to use your voice. You know exactly how you're supposed to influence people. And maybe you have 17 ideas, right? But you definitely know the first 2 that you need to do. So maybe you need to start there and move forward from there. But you can't keep holding yourself back, staying stagnant in this energy because you're trying to protect yourself from maybe just outside opinion. Right? You have this internal doubt to keep you from hearing other people's negative shit too. Do you know what I mean? Do y'all feel me? Yeah, no. The only way for this to work out, first, put these doubts to rest. Prove yourself wrong. That doubtful part of yourself is also something that needs to get integrated too. Integrated to understand that it's like, okay, who are you? What is this energy that stops me from doing things? You're a protective person. It's not that you don't need to you need to cut off that piece of yourself completely, right? The doubt is just hesitation. It's just a little resistance to get you to think about what you're doing. Don't just jump off the cliff. Make sure you're attached to the bungee cord. You know what I mean? Or like, don't just jump out of the plane. Make sure you got your gear on. Make sure the parachutes work. You better make sure something, like, hello. Integrate the part of yourself that is trying to just protect you. And then come into some union with them, being like, I know that you are showing me resistance because you're trying to make sure that I know that I am doing this for the right reasons. And you need to tell that person, energy source that's within you, I know I'm doing this for the right reasons. For the right reasons. So now let me proceed. May I proceed? Yes, indeed. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what you're supposed to be doing. All that. What I just said. So that was the third chakra. That was all the chakras. Okay. Let's go with the subconscious. Should we talk subconscious first or surface? Let's talk subconscious first, because that's the one that I pulled first. In the subconscious, got all these messages today. A lot of incoming messages or something. For your subconscious, you feel like let's go somewhere first. In your subconscious, you feel pretty settled, right? I think you have a lot of emotions, and you know that there's things changing and shifting for you, but you also feel capable, is what it is. It may not feel super settled, but you do feel capable. Capable. You don't ride the wave, you create it. And that's what you're doing. You're trying to create it. Right now, that's what's going on in your subconscious. How to pull all of these pieces together to become the best version of you that you want to be. How can I be the best me? How can I provide something for myself, for my future, for my children's future, for my family? For people trying to take care of their families? Pulling the resources together. It definitely still feels like there's some reflective energy going on, needing to reflect on your past. Maybe it's the things that you have been avoiding grieving. So definitely taking some time to reflect. We also have, again, the completion card. I think this came up maybe in the subconscious, maybe in the overall. But this came up last week. This also talks about grieving a loved one that has passed away, coming to the end, of their life on this earth as them. But it's not an end to the relationship that they had. It's not an end to the moments that they shared and the memories that they have together and the inspiration, the influence that these people have had on your life. The best way to really honor people is to live in a way. How can I say this? To do things in honor of them, in memory of them, or for them. Like, I know that every time, and I love this. So I have, okay, beautiful. I have some like dried sunflowers over here from what I bought a couple weeks ago. And they just look pretty. So we're keeping them there. I'll probably move them later, but they have some flowers on here that almost look like sunflowers. But my mom tells me all the time that she buys me sunflowers because she knows that it's my favorite flower, but it's my favorite flower because my grandmother used to buy me sunflowers. And so every time that she picks me up flowers, she thinks about how my grandmother used to pick me up flowers. And that's a way of keeping my grandmother's memory alive, right? Keeping not even just her memory, but her spirit alive through my mother. And this can happen with other people too, but that's a very special one for me. So allowing, their memory to live on. Maybe they had a favorite drink. Maybe you need to pour them a cup. I don't know if you guys do any altar work with your ancestors, but say that their favorite drink was bourbon, pour them a shot of bourbon and say, hey, this one's for you. Your guides and your angels, your guides and your ancestors, they're going to really appreciate that and continue to bless you. Continue to send you people who are divine in your life. Continue to send people who are like them in a way, to continue to influence you in the way that you deserve. Take the time to appreciate that. And instead of just focusing on the them not being there, think about how much they really are there with you, always. For your surface, you have a lot of anxiety. So this unsettled energy may be coming off as you feeling anxious, as it maybe having sleepless nights, being worried constantly, It could be like fear-mongering energy. And this is what's on the surface. You also have the Eight of Wands, which really just speaks about a lot of incoming communication, a lot of messages that also may be seeming like it may get blocked because you have so much anxious energy going on, or maybe you're worried about the information that is coming in and you're not necessarily sure what to do with it or how to put it into fruition. But you also have the Five of Cups, which talks about loss, right? Don't cry over spilled milk. So maybe you are needing to integrate this hurt. That's all the message that I keep getting from this. Needing to integrate this hurt, some grief, worries that you have. It could just be doubt around yourself. It doesn't have to be super heavy, like the heaviest thing in the world. Sometimes it's just worried energy. Maybe just worried about being outside again with people, right? And like the sort of restrictions that still exist versus the ones that don't exist. Maybe you're not comfortable with that. But you're definitely worried about something and not able to let go, maybe of some past hurt. And maybe that's just what it is. It's just past hurt that you have to let go of, right? And it's okay to step forward, like to let go of these things in order to move on. Maybe it does feel like you lost something, right? Maybe when that last ex-partner moved out, they also took your TV or something, or they got custody of the cat that you guys had together or the dog that you guys had together, and you feel like there's a loss in that, which there is. And maybe you need to grieve that. Maybe it's time for you to get another cat or another dog in order to replace that, or at least do something in memory or in honor, ask for visitations. I don't know your situation. I'm just saying, whatever this grief, this loss is that you had, it's keeping you awake at night and it's distracting you from the things that you need to do. We had the Nine of Swords come up a couple of times over these last chakra checkups. So actually, like a lot of them. So you really have to make sure that you're getting some rest. Maybe you need to write out the things at night. Write out things at night that are keeping you awake in order to get them out of you so that you can relax while you're sleeping. You do have a lot of messages coming in though. So be careful how you use them is what I wanted to say. Be careful how you use them. And the chakra card for the surface is grief. Allowing yourself to grieve. Something has changed. Something has shifted in your life. Maybe you're just a different person. Maybe you're in a body that you don't recognize anymore. Grieving that side of you. Maybe even writing a note to whoever you're grieving or to whatever you're grieving. there's serenity there. You have to surrender, and there's serenity there. And it's just all love. Like all of this green is just all love. Once you're able to grieve, you're able to, bring forth more of that same loving energy with either another pet or another person or something else. Oops. My cat's trying to catch this fly. I'm gonna need you to get it though, Zyla. I told the fly to get out and it didn't listen. So now my boundaries are drawn. Now I hope Zyla gets you. Boundaries. And these, sometimes, y'all may think I'm wild, but I be telling these flies sometimes, like if they fly in, I'll be like, yo, that's the door, leave out, get out of my room. Thank you for your visit. I appreciate you, but you're gonna have to go. And a lot of times they do, they be like, we actually really don't want to die today. We really don't want to die today. So we just gonna go. Otherwise, if they don't, after I give them some time, I energetically will Zyla to find these flies and eat them. Have a little delicacy. Okay. But the other card that we got for the surface is soulmate. So we were talking about that in the sacral plexus chakra, and I really feel as if this person that's in your life is a soulmate, and even the person that you may have lost was a soulmate, but honoring their energy, they'll also, on the other end, depends on what you believe in, right? On the other side of that veil, where they are now, where their spirit has moved on to, they can send you a special person. You got somebody on your spirit team, say, hey, can you make sure to send them this way? The right one this way. So yeah. Once you're able, not even just to let go of the person or the thing completely, but definitely coming to a place where you're not stuck and stagnant because lack of grieving. You'll be able to attract more soulmate energy into your life. That can be, say that, you're missing your parent that has passed away a long time ago. Asking them to bring, or it's either asking and receiving, or honoring the fact that they've already sent people like that into your life. So, my grandma passed away years ago, right? I was young, and I lived on the same block with her for pretty much my whole life, like since I was almost 1 to about almost 16. And her loss was a big one for me. And it took, I feel like only in this last 2 years or so, I've really started to cherish the fact that my great aunts are still here and that they are my grandmother in a way too. They're my grandmother's sister. They're my grandmother's too. Versus walking around being like, I don't have a grandmother, I don't have a grandmother figure. My grandmother has passed away, but I'm so lucky to be able to experience my grandmother through her sisters. That is such a beautiful thing to have. It's such a beautiful thing to have. So you need to, one, honor the presence of these people in your life showing up as this person that you're also grieving, because that will also allow you to let the love come in. To wrap this up, homies, my loves, my beautifuls, the overall card we have, this is a journey. You got the 6. So for your overall, this is a journey, right? The 6 of Swords is about taking a journey. Leaving one life to step into another. And sometimes we're forced onto the boat to get there, right? But we have to make sure that it continues to move and that it's moving in the direction that we're supposed to be headed, into clear, calmer waters, less turbulent waters. Okay. You also have another 6. This is the first card that came out, though, for the overall. Victory, victory, victory over this transition that's happening. Victory, you're victorious. It's so exciting. There's a card that reminds me of this card. It was this one. Ponytails. I don't know what that's about. Maybe you're thinking about wearing your hair differently? I think that would be a good choice. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because from one of the chakras in the bottom, this hair has really been sticking out, right? This back of the head thing. Your pineal gland is back there. Intuition. Needing to listen to your intuition a little bit more. Let it guide you in the right directions. And then we also have the 4 of Pentacles, which is like marriage, creating a stable foundation. You're creating a new and stable foundation. This is what all this is about, right? Leaving some old in order to create a stable foundation and be victorious in doing so. You become the best version of yourself when you're able to let go of past hurt, and especially when you take the time to move on from being in that stagnant and turbulent energy. These cards, bruh, I be telling you, winners. Anything else from here? With these two together, right? Since it's the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Wands, if you put them together, it's the 10 of Wands. And from that, the 10 of Wands is like the burden card. So you may feel like it's a lot of work to do. You may be tired of doing the work. You may be tired of grieving. You may be even tired of crying if you've already allowed yourself to cry. But it's necessary for you to do the work, because you're going to end up where you're supposed to be. Right? That's what the 10 of Wands is about, like finishing that last bit of work, and you're tired, you're at the end of the day, you're on the last leg, and you are going to make it. It's inevitable that you're going to succeed and finish and complete whatever you're meant to finish and complete. But it's just about doing the work to get it done. So do the work. All right. For our angel messages for today, we got 3 cards. We have the Direction Guardian, that talks about choosing your path. We have the Hermit card that's about retreat and recharge, going inward, right? In order to know exactly where you're supposed to be going. Get in tune with yourself. And then we have Druid, hold the space. Okay. Let's read a little bit for these ones. Bump, bump, bump. Here we are. Almost done. Yeah. A lot of moving energy today. Okay, so the message for the Direction Guardian, I'll hold that up there. Connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. We talked about this earlier. Your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they all hold perfect opportunities to grow and learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored. So if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you're feeling indecisive, choose the path that you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart. Ooh. I was becoming an acrobat trying to get this fly now. That was big. Just so y'all know too, all of these like angel messages, I flipped them over right away. So I didn't even know which ones they were. Hermit. Retreat and recharge. Okay, the message for the Hermit. Take time to rest and recuperate. What was your subconscious? In order to continue, what did I say? Reflection in your subconscious. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. They're both talking about the heart space, getting in tune with what's going on in your heart. Remember, there's a lot of grief there. That was the thing that made this heavy. Okay, extended message. You have been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you're being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are working on didn't I talk about stepping back, rushing energy, pulling back? Come on. So you are being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process. So retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on life, spend more time in deep thought, even contemplation before moving forward. You could also get my Connect spray. That'll help. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. Okay. Lastly, we have Druid. Hold the space. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. Extended message. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. You're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, It is time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. That was y'all reading. That was y'all reading. I think that just speaks to everything that we were talking about. Doing the work. Doing the work. Holding the space. All right. I'm going to sign off. I think that was great. That was good reading. It's a little heavy still. It doesn't hurt. So it's recovering. It's getting better. Just like a little lighter, right? And just focus on that. Those moments where you feel a little bit lighter. You let some of that go. Some of the old stuff go. You feel a little lighter, a little lighter, a little lighter. I think that's all. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all next week. I think I'm going to be coming at y'all on Monday. So not tomorrow, Monday, but the following Monday. Okay. I will post it on my Instagram, what time for sure. So definitely make sure that you're following that account in order to get the latest and the greatest. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, you got the World card too, by the way. So that means you're really capable of being very successful at anything that you choose and want to achieve. Lila agrees. So I'll see you guys next week. Yeah. I'll see you guys next week. My energy has gotten quiet again, so I'm a little, I think we're finished for this. So before I fully sign off, let me make sure to thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, ancestors, for the good and good of all involved, higher self and source. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the ancestors and guides who showed up here that are part of the collective tribe that's being formulated. For the good and good of all involved, thank you for being here. I hope you guys watch this. Make sure you like, right? You can subscribe, right? You can comment too. Just let me know. Do you like my makeup today? I like it today. I haven't been doing makeup in a long time, but my hair is not as crispy. All right, I'm getting off. I'm just chatting now. I'm just chatty Cathy. Yeah, I'll see y'all later. Like, share, subscribe, all those things. Oh, birthday shout outs. I meant to do it earlier at the very beginning. Well, if you love me and you watch this video, then you're gonna get your shout out at the end. So shout out to Geminis, the birthdays of Gemini. I know it was my sister's birthday yesterday. Ria Zenobia, love you, love you, love you. And it will be my uncle's birthday on Tuesday. Uncle David, I see you, thank you, love you. And blessings to everybody celebrating anything right now, whether it be a birthday or graduation. Just blessings for your celebration, blessings for your growth, blessings for your involvement. Love you long time. Bye. Bye. Bye.